We're about to talk to one of the hottest coaches in all of college football right now, guys. That is Coach Kalani Sitake. Coach Sitake, what's going on? Cannot thank you enough. I've been talking about BYU a lot. I got a lot of questions. Coach, what's up, man? Thank you for waking up with us.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it, guys.
Coach, I want to start here. So I'm an LSU fan by trade, and what I witnessed there is a culture that has fallen on hard times. And what I've been celebrating the last couple of weeks on all of our shows is y'all's culture. Because right now at BYU, and you have a lot of talent, don't get me wrong, but you are the ultimate sum of the whole. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts sort of program, where every single year it seems like y'all overperform expectation. You play hard, everybody's bought in, it's mistake-free football. How have you managed to build that in Provo?
Well, I think the key is just allowing these young men to be part of something bigger than just themselves. And when you just think about yourself as an individual, you can only go so far, but together we can accomplish a lot of great things, and they have to trust each other. That stuff is earned. It's not just given out. And so if I expect these young men to perform at that level, then I need to be willing to trust them, and I need to be willing to give them some autonomy and have some ownership in the program. And then just they're capable of getting it done. So I've been really proud of this team, of the leadership and the young men in this program. And I feel for all the other programs that are without coaches right now. My thought goes to the seniors that have put so much into that program for so many years, and now to end it that way, I think is really difficult when they're making a change in the middle of the season.
Coach, hey, Brandon Walker, #1 college football media personality in the entire universe. Good to meet you. I look around the country, and you guys, last year you were undefeated for most of the season. This year you're 8-0. You're ranked number 10. But it seems like across the country we have an epidemic of either media people or casual fans not believing in BYU. And I'm going to put my hand up. I don't know that I have believed in BYU as much as I should have. What would you say to those people who are late to the bandwagon of believing in your football team?
No, I get it. I think even for me as a head coach, I'm more focused on what we can control as a team. The narrative that we have is that we control what we control, and can't really go out there and talk about what other people are doing and what they see in us. But I think for the most part, we're going to be judged on what we do in those 60 minutes in the game. And I just want these guys to enjoy it, man. And whatever people think of us, I think eventually they'll start to see some of the things that we do that are great, and some of the things that we do that are very efficient and works really great for a football team.
And Coach, there's a level of consistency that y'all have achieved in your tenure that is to be celebrated and to be lauded. And it seems like you can survive seemingly anything. I mean, even down to a poorly timed, really unfortunate quarterback change that happens in the middle of the offseason. I mean, Retzloff leaves. All of a sudden, this freshman and Bear Bachmeier comes in. He becomes, I believe, the first ever true freshman to start a season opener for BYU, and he's just getting better and better and better. When did you start to know that maybe you had a guy in Bachmeier?
Well, I mean, we saw something special in him right from the beginning, and his ability just to learn and to study, to get better every day. And, I've mentioned it before, he's a learning machine. So when you have a young man that has a great work ethic and comes from, looking at his older brother that played, Hank Bachmeier did some great things when he was a true freshman. So it makes sense that this guy's been around it before and understands the ball. But my role as a head coach is just let these guys have fun. When it all comes down to it, it's still a game that we all love. And if we're going to, get them to perform at their best, they need to go back to when they remember it being a fun thing and enjoyable, and not really so worried and stressed out about the outcome or the end result.
Dumb question, Coach, I'm sure has been addressed before. How do you end up in 47?
That's the number that he wore when he was in Little League growing up, and he played linebacker and running back, and then it just happens that he could throw the ball too, and he just wanted to keep that number. I like it. I think it looks really nice. And then you have a name like Bear, you better be tough and be able to back it up. And I think he does all those things, and I like that he's given some number. It's a little bit throwback, and I think it's really cool.
Coach, we had Brent Key on in the first hour, and I asked him pretty much the same question I'm about to ask you, but nationally, usually the conversation focuses so much on the Big Ten and the SEC. The Big 12 is a fascinating conference this year. It is a conference where every single week you better bring it or you're going to get embarrassed, whether it's the Texas Techs or the Utahs or the BYUs, the Cincinnatis, just on and on and on. Talk about your conference and this November that we've got set up. You've got 2 gigantic road games coming up, and I'm not even talking about this weekend. You got a big game this weekend. Like, you got all these big games, but you got Texas Tech later. You got Cincinnati later. This conference is crazy right now.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the teams that have won the Big 12 championships. There's been different teams for the last 5 years, and so the parity is unbelievable. I mean, even last year, you look at the preseason, the preseason rankings, or what they were predicting was that Arizona State was going to be last, and they ended up winning the conference. So everybody has a chance here, and well-coached teams with great fan bases, and so you look at the parity in the conference. Nothing's easy, and so you got to earn it all. And I'm so honored and proud to be part of this conference, and really looking forward to our next game. And we just got to focus one game at a time, and then we'll see how it all looks by the time we get to December.
Coach, I want to ask you kind of a personal journey question. Obviously, you play for BYU, fullback, tough, and then in coming up in coaching, you end up kind of climbing the ranks at Utah before the Oregon State stop, and then the head job back at BYU. What was it like finding yourself kind of across enemy lines there, and then eventually getting what I assume to be a bit of a dream opportunity here?
Yeah, I had the honor of playing for the legend LaVell Edwards here at BYU, and then during that time, my older brother was playing at Utah, and we had great relationships with our rival team. And Kyle Whittingham played here at BYU, and so when I had an opportunity to get a job there and get hired on with Kyle Whittingham in his first year being head coach, I was able to learn quite a bit from them, and just really see things from a different perspective, even in a rivalry game. And I actually enjoyed my time there, and I realized that there's, even in rivals, there's great people on both sides. And for me, it's been an honor. I learned quite a bit from Kyle and LaVell Edwards, and hopefully here as a head coach, I'm just trying to do my best to do what they've done at their programs. And the culture here is what LaVell did for me when I played. And guys like Andy Reid and Steve Sarkisian, those guys grew up in this system. And so it makes sense that if we can just keep that culture going, that it should work like it did in the 80s and 90s, it should work in our time too.
Well, and it does, Coach. I mean, again, I think culture is at the core of what you built, the consistent success that you've built. Now, in terms of looking forward, obviously undefeated, top 10 in the country. What are your kind of principles or your goals, or what are you preaching to this team about how to finish here?
Yeah, we've been talking about it this year quite a bit. Just to stay humble and stay hungry, and just focus on what we can control. And usually when it comes down to it, there's no great scheme that's going to make it work. It comes down to hard work and being tough. So if we want to do things, we want to be where we want to be at the end, it's going to take some sacrifice and a little bit of pain and being physical. We understand that, and we know that's easier said than done. We're just looking forward to the opportunity and the chance to just make it work and do it week to week. But every day we're just grateful and have this just attitude of gratitude and being really happy and thankful for where we're at. I want these guys to appreciate where they're at right now and remember all those that sacrificed to get them where they're at.
Attitude of gratitude. I think I'm going to have to steal that, Coach. I absolutely love that. Coach Kalani Sitake, BYU head coach, undefeated, having a massive season again. Coach, cannot thank you enough for joining us this morning, and best of luck with everything going forward.
Thank you for the time, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Just a legend, dude. Perfect.
They have a bye week this weekend, don't they?
Yeah. Bye, and then Texas Tech.
I knew I misspoke as soon as I said it, and not one of you stopped me.
I didn't think. Did you? I thought I took your question to be more as like going forward.
It was going forward. Then I said I think you have a big game this weekend, but they have a bye.
2 weeks.
Okay.
2 weeks.
It's fine. It's fine. Their next game is big. Is what I was trying to say.
Yes, it is a massive.
By the way,
game.
are we ever going to tell these coaches about the Wake Up Barstool curse?
No.
Okay. All right.
I don't even think we've really acknowledged the audience.
Did Summerall lose the week that he came
on? Every single coach has been on.
I think maybe 1-1. I think maybe the first one.
Brett Bielema.
But hey, they have a bye this week.
Joey McGuire.
There's no matchup this week. Yeah.
The last 4 coaches, I believe, have fallen.
Dillingham.
If Brent Key falls at NC State, we got a bit of a problem. Now, Lanning came on during a bye, right?
Yeah.
So heady play by Sitake.
Yeah, he's good.
Staying on top of everything here. But I loved Brinky. I love talking to him off air. I love talking to him during Coach, we need you, bro.
Tricky spot.
We need you, bro, because it is a tricky spot.
Yeah.
It's an NC State team that still has like a puncher's chance. It's on the road. Wolfpack
Good
kind of
quarterback.
good for one of these a year. Yeah, CJ Bailey's good. Come on, Brinky. Come on, Tech.